Ever wondered what's truly going on beneath your feet? Beyond the grass and soil lies an entire hidden world of intricate design and incredible engineering. Join us as we go deep inside ant colonies, uncovering the secrets of their sophisticated structures and revealing the astonishing wisdom of these miniature architects. You'll never look at an ant the same way again. As we dig deeper into the earth, we discover a labyrinth of tunnels bustling with life. Here, ants work tirelessly transporting food and caring for their young within their meticulously crafted chambers. Witness how these tiny creatures demonstrate an extraordinary level of cooperation and structural ingenuity that rivals even the most advanced human architecture. At the heart of this bustling colony lies the queen, the nucleus of life and continuity for her community. Surrounded by dedicated worker ants, she is cared for and protected, ensuring the colony thrives. Each chamber serves a purpose, from nurseries nurturing the next generation to storage rooms filled with sustenance, each designed with precision and efficiency.
Ever curious, learn what you love.
All right, let's kick this off. When we think about architects, we usually imagine humans with blueprints, hard hats, and maybe a coffee in hand. But in reality, some of the world's most underrated builders don't walk on two legs. They walk on six. Ants. Yeah, those tiny guys you probably brushed off your picnic blanket last week are actually master engineers. They create complex underground cities with highways, ventilation shafts, nurseries, and even waste disposal chambers. Scientists studying ant colonies have compared their underground structures to human skyscrapers flipped upside down. And get this, no single ant knows the master plan. Yet together they build homes that can stretch meters deep and last for decades. The coordination, the precision, and the efficiency are off the charts. Today we're diving into how ants pull off this architectural magic, and trust me, it's going to blow your mind. Now let's turn up the scale with leafcutter ants, the ultimate architects of the insect world. These guys don't just dig small nests, they build entire subterranean empires. A mature leafcutter colony can have chambers stretching 6 meters underground and spanning over 10 meters wide. Inside are thousands of specialized rooms, some for fungus farming, some for nurseries, and others just for trash. What's wild is their ventilation system. The colony mound is filled with openings, and these are arranged so that warm, stale air flows out of the center while fresh air gets pulled in from the edges. Basically, it's a natural air conditioning system without wires or machines. Researchers who mapped these nests found that the airflow design rivals some modern green architecture projects. Nature was out here doing sustainable engineering long before humans started bragging about it. But not all ants stick to the dirt. Weaver ants, for example, take their engineering skills into the treetops. Instead of digging, they stitch together leaves to build nests suspended in the canopy. And here's where it gets crazy. They use their own larvae as tools. That's right, worker ants hold larvae in their jaws, and the larvae produce silk that binds leaves together like a natural glue. To bend the leaves, groups of ants form chains with their bodies, pulling edges into place with coordinated force. It's like watching construction workers crane steel beams into position, only these workers are a couple millimeters long. Scientists studying these nests have found they can contain multiple chambers with entire colonies stretched across several trees. Think of it as a network of green skyscrapers connected by highways made of branches. Now you might be wondering, how do these tunnels and chambers not collapse? That's where things get even more fascinating. A team at Caltech studied how ants dig without causing cave-ins. They found that as ants remove soil, they naturally create force chains. These are invisible support structures formed by how grains of dirt shift and lock into place. The ants don't understand physics, but their behavior results in strong, stable tunnels. It's like if every time you dug a hole, the dirt somehow arranged itself into the perfect support beams. This self-stabilizing method allows colonies to last for decades without collapsing. Human engineers are now studying these mechanisms to improve tunnel designs for mining and construction. Imagine borrowing digging tips from an insect the size of a sesame seed. Beyond their nests, ants also engineer their ecosystems. By digging, they aerate soil, which improves water absorption and nutrient cycling. In deserts, harvester ants actually make the soil more fertile by redistributing seeds and organic matter. Abandoned nests become microhabitats for other creatures, kind of like how old buildings get repurposed by humans. Scientists call ants ecosystem engineers because their construction projects reshape landscapes and boost biodiversity. One study even found that ant activity helps prevent soil erosion in certain regions. Pretty wild for a creature we usually think of as a pest. So the next time you see a little dirt mound, remember it's not just a home, it's also part of a larger environmental service that keeps ecosystems healthy. And of the craziest parts of ant architecture is how it all happens without a boss. There's no project manager ant standing around with a clipboard. Instead, ants use something called self-organization. Each ant follows simple local rules like if it's crowded, dig somewhere else, or if you smell a pheromone, drop dirt here. From these tiny decisions emerges a massive coordinated system. It's like magic, complex blueprints created from simple behaviors. Researchers studying this phenomenon have linked it to swarm intelligence, a field that even inspires algorithms for computer science and robotics. Ants basically show us how order can emerge without central control, and honestly, that's a lesson humans could use sometimes. But architecture isn't just walls and tunnels. It's also how a community organizes itself inside the structure. Ant colonies are a perfect example of eusocial design. The queen is the egg factory, but everyone else has roles too. Nurses care for larvae, foragers bring food, soldiers guard entrances, and builders expand the nest. This division of labor means the colony functions like a living machine. Even tiny acorn ants, which nest in hollow twigs, coordinate their lives in this way. It's not just the physical structure that's impressive, it's the social infrastructure that keeps it all running smoothly. And just like in human cities, that balance between roles determines whether the colony thrives or collapses.
Now let's talk about ant engineering that actually floats, literally. Fire ants are famous for surviving floods by linking their bodies together into living rafts. Tens of thousands of ants grip onto each other, forming waterproof platforms that can float for weeks. If one ant gets tired, another takes its place. Imagine disaster response robots that can snap together into bridges or rafts just like ants do. Researchers at Texas A&M studied this behavior and discovered it could inspire new materials, stuff that can self-assemble, adapt, and disassemble on command. Once again, tiny insects are inspiring big human inventions. Ant traffic is another marvel of natural engineering. On busy trails, ants manage flow so efficiently that traffic jams rarely happen. Some ants even pause or take detours to keep the line moving. Scientists found this behavior resembles algorithms for human traffic lights and computer networks. In one study, ants carrying food adjusted their pace to prevent collisions, creating a natural rhythm that kept everyone moving smoothly. No stop signs, no honking horns, just instinct and chemical signals keeping thousands of tiny commuters on track. If only human highways worked this well, rush hour might actually be tolerable. The efficiency of ants is truly remarkable. They communicate through pheromones, sending signals that guide their fellow ants along the trails. This natural communication eliminates confusion, creating a smooth transit system where every ant knows its role. With no traffic lights or signs, these tiny creatures have developed their own rules for movement, allowing them to thrive even in the most crowded conditions. Watching them work together is a lesson in teamwork and efficiency, reminding us that sometimes nature knows best. Imagine if humans could replicate this level of coordination. Traffic jams would become a thing of the past. Ants don't just build physical structures, they also build problem-solving systems. Take the crazy ants studied in maze experiments. Scientists challenged them with puzzles designed to test navigation and teamwork. Turns out ant groups solved problems faster than human groups. Why? Because they don't argue, they don't have egos, and they don't get stuck debating. They just cooperate, adjust, and keep moving until the problem is solved. Their collective intelligence shows how simple minds can combine to outperform even smart individuals. It's a reminder that architecture isn't only about bricks. It's about brains working together. As observers witness the amazing capabilities of these tiny creatures, it becomes apparent that their method of collaboration extends beyond instinct. Each ant plays a role adapting to the situation at hand, which leads to remarkable results. This phenomenon illustrates how teamwork can lead to success even when faced with daunting challenges. The efforts of these ants serve as a powerful example of how community and cooperation can achieve what individual brilliance sometimes cannot. But not all emergent behaviors are brilliant. Enter the ant mill, a phenomenon that occurs when army ants lose their pheromone trail and begin to follow each other in a continuous loop. They keep circling endlessly until exhaustion leads to their downfall. This tragic spectacle reveals a darker side to swarm behavior, illustrating that the same simple signals capable of creating remarkable structures can also entrap ants in destructive cycles. For scientists, the ant mill serves as a powerful metaphor, demonstrating that systems lacking central control can exhibit both creativity and fragility. It reminds us that even the finest designs have their limitations. As researchers study this phenomenon, they witness firsthand how nature's intricate systems can falter. One scientist armed with binoculars captures data while immersed in the vibrant wilderness, taking note of the behaviors that lead to the ant mill's tragic cycle. A detailed diagram in the background helps clarify the pheromone trails that usually guide these ants, revealing the stark difference between their organized navigation and the chaos of the looping spiral. This exploration into the behaviors of army ants serves as a cautionary tale about the potential pitfalls of decentralized systems. When you zoom out, ant colonies are basically living examples of sustainable design. They recycle, waste, use passive climate control, and adapt their structures as populations grow. Some architects and engineers are even studying ant colonies to inspire future green buildings. One researcher noted that ant nest ventilation resembles designs in modern, eco-friendly skyscrapers. So while we're out here inventing smart cities, ants have been running their own for millions of years. It's humbling, honestly. Every mound, nest, or raft is a reminder that nature's had a head start on us in the engineering department. So next time you spot an ant hill in the yard or a line of ants sneaking toward your snack stash, maybe don't just swat them away. Remember that behind those tiny creatures lies a society with underground highways, farming systems, ventilation towers, and teamwork strategies that rival human innovation. They are farmers, builders, and city planners rolled into one. If we pay attention, ants can teach us about resilience, collaboration, and design solutions that work with the environment instead of against it. Not bad for insects we usually step on without a thought. Imagine a world where each ant plays a crucial role, working tirelessly for the greater good of their colony. The way they communicate through pheromones to direct each other is a remarkable example of teamwork in action. Some ants even cultivate fungi, creating a symbiotic relationship that contributes to their survival. By observing these tiny creatures, we can learn valuable lessons about cooperation and sustainability in our communities. And that's the beauty of it. Nature's forgotten architects are busy all around us, building and innovating on a scale we rarely notice. From soil to treetops, from floodwaters to deserts, ants prove that even the smallest creatures can tackle the biggest engineering challenges. Their colonies remind us that architecture isn't just about what we design, it's about how systems, both social and structural, evolve to meet challenges. So stay curious, because when you look closer at the world beneath your feet, you realize the greatest builders might just be the tiniest. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden wonders of our world.